Giants, if you think about how we referred to the Giants a year ago, the Giants, well coached. The Giants buttoned up. The Giants doing it the old school way. Which is true. Certainly applicable here, Sal. The Giants need to morph into something more than just being known as a well-coached team this year. Daniel Jones needs to be a star. All right? We can't sit here at the end of the year and interpret, well, is he? Is he not? He's kind of. He might not be. See, the first 3 years for Daniel Jones, two things were problematic. Number one, he wasn't available enough. And number two, he didn't protect the football enough. He did last year. He got the contract. Now we wait to see where he goes. He needs to be a star. He needs to be a top 10 guy. I can't sit here and say that he's going to be a top 10 quarterback. Can't say that.
I don't know about the top.
I like him.
I don't know about the top 10 stuff or superstar. I know that Daniel Jones needs to take a next step to get the Giants to close the gap between themselves and the Eagles and the Cowboys. I think he will. After doubting Daniel Jones for years. Now, initially when I first saw him burst onto the scene there, he did some things as a rookie. You're like, wow, he's got some potential. The arm strength is there. The size obviously there. Can throw the ball deep down the field. All that stuff. But then it was just a turnover disaster. You know, the coaches, whatever you want to say. To a point where last year I was like, get this guy out of here. They need to find a real quarterback. But with the proper coaching and now with the weapons being brought in, we are going to see the Giants open it up more so than we did a year ago. And I don't know whether that means throwing the ball down the field or just throwing the ball more to where is Daniel Jones going to be able to be the guy? He has to be for them to get to the Eagles or the Cowboys level. I think he will, BT. I think he's going to become, now again, we got to go over the list of quarterbacks, whatever, like top 10, top 15, elite, whatever. I think Jones is going to take another step to close the gap between the Giants and the top teams in the NFC.
Yeah, I think he's going to take another step because I would agree with that. Another year with Dable, the system, familiarity, Waller, some better options. You hope Neal's better. On the offensive line, he was horrible a year ago. If he takes half the step that Thomas took from year one to year two, then the Giants will obviously be in much better shape. And I like the Giants this year. I think they're going to be competitive. I think they've certainly got a chance to be a playoff team. And I do think that Jones will take the step forward. The problem is, or at least the way I perceive it as a potential problem, I don't know how many more layers there are to the top of the ceiling. Like, I could sit here, and we saw this, and of course he's not Mahomes. Not that Mahomes had any help last night. Oh, my God, Tony was awful. I get that we're, hey, Booms, what do you got? What is that, Booms? Is that a Jet shirt? Woo! Is that a Jet shirt, Booms? Yeah. Where's mine?
It's too big. It's too small for you.
What size? Is it medium?
And plus, I was wearing Boomer's jersey yesterday. I was respecting the legend, BT.
Right. You know what?
Thank
Boom,
you,
come in here for a sec,
no,
Boomer. I know we should come here.
Roger,
just hold on.
Roger that.
What in the
Look
world is going on?
This is great.
That's a Roger that T-shirt. There you go.
I love Rogers.
So it's an extra large, right? Boom, just popped in. It's an extra large.
Right.
What size do you think I wear?
I thought you were double X because you got big shoulders.
That's right.
You could have it if you really want.
No, that's all right. That's all right.
I mean, listen, you guys, you're Jet fans.
Well, I'm a Jets fan. He's not a Jets fan.
I didn't realize that. Give it to him.
Yeah,
well, that's what I'm saying.
No, you gave it to me.
He was wearing my jersey.
You can't give
because he was kissing your ass.
What are you?
Yeah, you're sucking up. I get it. That's good. I like it.
Sucking up to the big cheese. We know who cuts the checks around. It's Boomer's town.
Right, okay.
Oh, my God.
So, have a great show. Good to see you guys.
You
Football
too,
Friday, man, going to be unbelievable.
We're looking forward to it.
Yes.
NFL Today. We'll see you there. There he is. Boom. So did I just get the shirt, by the way?
Yes, you did.
Love it. Thank you, Sal. Thank you, Boomer. Not really Boomer. Thank you, Sal.
Boomer gave it to me, and then I gave it to you.
All right. There
all right,
we go.
whatever.
Boomer knows
anyway.
who's the star of the show. Thank you, Boomer.
All right. Stop yelling at people, all right?
I don't yell at anybody.
Yes, you
what
do.
What do you mean?
Hey, by the way,
Stop
how do you like the show so far?
So far, so good.
So far, so good, right?
I figure you guys have
This show.
You haven't really found your.
We haven't really yelled at each other.
We're starting to get you.
You're starting to get into it, and you'll get into it before too long.
I got you.
Boomer.
Hey, thanks, Boom. Appreciate it, buddy. Boomer size, and of course the heartbeat here of WFAN. All right, so
that's why I wore his jersey yesterday. He's the leader of the station. The least we could do is respect the guy. I mean, come on.
I respect him. I showed up. I did the 40-mile bike tour out of respect.
How many Boomer jerseys do you have?
None, because they were terrible when he was there.
Yeah, now you say that as he leaves.
He's gone.
Yeah.
All right, so listen. I don't think there's anybody that evaluates Daniel Jones, if you do it through an objective prism and says, this guy's not talented. He is big. He is strong. He is fast. He is smart. He's got the respect of his team. And I think we all agree that he's ascending. I just don't believe, and I want to see it, but right now, Sal, I'm not getting on the air the Friday before week one against Dallas, Sunday at Jet Life. I'm not going to sit here and say that I see Daniel Jones as an absolute star. I need to see him. Like some guys I can project. Trevor Lawrence, he's going to be an absolute superstar. Can't say that about Jones, and he needs to be for the Giants to keep moving in the right direction.
Again,
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know about the superstar stuff, where he's going to rank, elite this, elite that. I know this. I'd take Daniel Jones over the majority of quarterbacks, certainly in the NFC. And when you look at it overall, even dating back to last year, and forget about even that, and we could get into that, and we have discussed that over the last few weeks or whatever. Daniel Jones will prove this year he can win games with his arm. He hasn't done that. Last year it was a lot with his legs.
Yeah.
The Giants are more conservative. He has to take his game to another level. The coach have to let him do that. I think he's going to show that he can be one of the better throwers of the football in this league. I can't even believe I'm saying this, BT, after what we've seen for throughout his entire career. But I really do trust Dable. And Jones showed me more than enough last year. Now with the weapons in place, there are no more excuses. No more, the offensive line or this guy's not there. Barkley's there. He's healthy. The offensive line is there. It's good in front of him. Waller's here. They have some other weapons that they brought in, whether it's the rookie Hyatt, whether it's Campbell, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
They have the weapons. No more excuses. And I do think Daniel Jones can answer the call to a point where they close the gap between at least the Eagles and the Cowboys in their own division and overall in the NFC as well.
877-337-6666. BT and Sal here on the Fan Football Friday inside of our Town Fair Tire studio. Friends at Town Fair remind you that you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. I mean, listen, I look at it this way. Obviously, the Mahomes is Jalen Hurts at this point. You got to give him the respect. Burrow, the contract. Josh Allen, Herbert. Trevor Lawrence, I think, is an absolute superstar. Forget about those guys for a moment. What I need to see happen, and again, I cannot make this declaration right now. He must prove it. I don't want to be sitting here at the end of the football season this year and wondering aloud with you and, debating callers and talking about the Giants in totality and wondering, boy, is Daniel Jones absolutely better than Kirk Cousins? And you can scoff at that, Giant fans. Kirk Cousins' numbers are sick, okay? I don't want to sit here and wonder aloud and debate without any sort of energy to positively claim that Daniel Jones would win this debate. Boy, is Daniel Jones, is he better than Dak yet? Boy, is Daniel Jones, is he definitely better than Derek Carr? Boy, is Daniel Jones absolutely better than Justin Fields or Purdy or Goff? That's what I need addressed. And I'd love to see it, but until I see it, I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah,
he threw 15 touchdown passes. I mean, come on.
Right.
15.
So he's got to throw the football more.
Got to wing it around a little bit.
I think we're going to see it this year. You're right. We haven't seen it in total, in completion, but we saw last year some building pieces for this Giants team. This year, he's got to take the next step. I think he will.
All right. I think Giant fans are confident, but there's got to be an element of little uneasiness here because you don't really truly know who Jones is yet. Joe's in Long Beach. Get a cook in Giants Day. Let's go, Joe. What's happening?
You already know. It's about that time. And I love that you're kicking it off with the Giants talk because, BT, I am telling you, he has to be a top 5 quarterback in the NFC this year for me to believe in Daniel Jones moving forward. The contract that he signed is very friendly, so if, let's say, he doesn't pan out to be the person that we don't think he'll be, then the Giants can get out of that probably by next year. But This is it, man. You won a playoff game last year. Ain't no turning back. You got weapons that you didn't have last year. Hey, MBT, did you see last night Mr. Tony dropping pass after pass and costing the Chiefs that game?
What a
Good
circus.
riddance.
Jesus, what a circus
Well, it's not
show.
about Kadarius Toney.
Oof.
We don't care about Kadarius Toney at this point. The Giants got rid of him, and that's because Joe Shane is smart. So he knew what he was doing. They got rid of Kadarius Toney. It's about, can Daniel Jones take that next step? Here's a caller talking about he's got to be top 5 in the NFC. I got news for you. He's already top 5 in the NFC. Name 5 better in the NFC than him.
Jalen Hurts. Kirk Cousins, statistically, look at the numbers.
Is he better? Would you rather have Kirk Cousins definitively than Daniel Jones?
I lean toward Jones, to be fair.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just saying, but
you got one Hurts so far.
Geno was better last year, and Geno beat him.
And again, I'll ask you, who would you rather have going in this year, Geno Smith or Daniel Jones?
I'm not sure.
Even if I gave you Geno Smith, which I think you're out of your mind for saying Geno Smith over Daniel Jones, but I understand it.
Yeah.
So that's 2.
Okay, I want to see Justin Fields this year. I honestly want to see the kid.
All right, but I'm not asking you to. But like, right now?
But last year, Daniels Jones was basically viewed as trash, and look what happened in a year.
Right.
I expect Justin Fields to have a similar pop,
right, but,
if not more.
But then we could project. If we're doing
yeah,
this
I
conversation
get it's a game that
year,
almost never ends.
Well,
I got
but
you.
Right now, like definitively going into
I think
this
Dak
year,
is still better. I know
Okay.
Jalen Hurts is
So
better.
Hurts,
That's two right
Dak,
there.
Yeah.
I think Jared Goff's slightly better. Jared Goff's a good player, man.
Right.
I mean, you can keep sleeping on the Detroit
Okay.
Lions. They already got one win, and Jared Goff's pretty good, and he beat the Giants last year. I think Geno, it's very close, and I think that's until.
Derek Carr, you going to put in there?
Yes, Derek Carr is a better thrower of the football.
I'm not putting.
He's had bad coaches.
Better quarterback.
He's had a bad franchise. He's had some really sloppy run. Listen, it's very close. It's very close.
Like already, without seeing Daniel Jones really have success throwing the football. Already in the NFC. Now, maybe that speaks more to the landscape of the NFC, but it is what it is. Jalen Hurts, sure. Dak, all right, you give him the edge because maybe he's more proven at this point, but would I rather have Dak going in this year? No, I don't think I would. I'd rather have Daniel Jones. No, forget about the Washington for now. Look at the NFC North. You mentioned Goff. Jared Goff.
But we scoff at these guys because they're not our own. Jared Goff's a good player.
He's all right, but I think Daniel Jones is better. Jared Goff can't run. Daniel Jones is a weapon with his legs as well. Mm-hmm. And obviously he's got to prove he can throw the football, but I think some of the tools are already there. Now with a good foundation around him, I think he's going to be way better than Goff. Justin Fields I love. How about throwing the football? Do we know anything about Justin Fields throwing the football?
Got to see it for sure.
Kirk Cousins, again, he's a pocket passer that's not very... He's all right.
He's not mobile at all.
He's like a fantasy quarterback, and even there he's okay.
Yeah.
Nobody in NFC South. You got Carr, whatever. Same thing again. He's not a dual threat the way Jones could be.
But it's debatable. And by the way, some of those things you're saying, I actually agree with. But, the fact that we can't definitively stamp him a top 5 guy. Here's the thing. The last caller, and we'll get back to you here, but the last caller said, I need to know, or he needs to be a top 5 guy in the NFC. Fair. Under that premise, whether he's already there, slightly there, not quite there yet, whatever, that's subjective. But there's 9, 10, 11 guys in the AFC who most people think are better. If he's not a top 5 guy in the NFC, what in the hell are we talking about? Because at that point, you're the 16th or 17th best quarterback in the NFL.
Right.
And, you better be a whole heck of a lot better than that this year. Otherwise, Daniel Jones is going to get crushed.
How many quarterbacks last year played in the divisional round?
But I understand that, but that's still circumstantial to an extent.
What do you mean? They had nothing.
It
was him and Saquon.
Defense was, if they played almost any other team, they probably don't win.
Kirk Cousins, you want to talk about last year? Goff and the Lions beat him. Kirk Cousins in his house lost to a team that shouldn't have even been in the postseason with Daniel Jones running things, literally running things in that first half all over the place in Minnesota. So I can't put Kirk Cousins ahead of him. I look at what they did last year, what he accomplished. Now, I'm anticipating, BT, with the weapons, with the offensive line is going to be a big step. I understand we haven't seen it yet. But, man, I think he's got it in him.
Eric is in Nyack. Eric is on the Fan BT and South Football Friday. Eric, what's going on, buddy? How are you?
Hey, BT, how's it going, boys?
Okay.
All right, man, I keep saying this. You cannot bring up the 15 touchdown passes without going hand-in-hand with the 27 drops. You have to add them both, okay? Tell me what happened last night with drop passes. What happened to the best quarterback in football when his players can't catch the ball?
Eric, listen, I get that. I understand. It's like a pitcher behind a shoddy defense. Understood. There's a correlation between what's behind you and what's around you, and how are you going to maximize, your talents. I get that, but I don't even know off the top of my head. Where did that rank in the NFL? Was it first in drops? The Giants?
I think it was tied for third.
All right. Well, who are the other two
teams?
They
gave a stat. Boomer and Gio gave a stat this morning. And I forget exactly what it was, but basically it was the percentage of drops amongst receivers, I think, the last couple years.
Yeah.
And the Giants had 3 guys on the list.
I remember Evan Ingram dropped a lot when he dropped that big pass against the Eagles on Monday night. They would have won that game. Would have moved the sticks. They would have won that game.
This is more recent than him, but the 3 guys were Tony was one who's now obviously on the Chiefs.
Disaster.
But he was with the Giants. Slayton was another, and I think Sterling Shepard. But the point is, Giants they haven't had receivers. They haven't had receivers. Now, I'm not trying to look. I'm not a Daniel Jones apologist, but you got to give credit where credit is due. The guy showed a lot last year. And now this is going to be another year where he's got to take that next step forward. And how about this? Forget about just ranking like top 5 NFC, top 15 overall. Be one of the more prolific passers in a league. Like he's got to lead the charge of this offense. They have to be able to throw the football and score throwing the football. It can't just be one-dimensional like it was a year ago.
I totally agree with that. If the Giants want to take another step, then Jones is going to have to do this. And again, I know there's so much talent in there. And listen, I know how this is going to go. Oh, hating on Jones. I'm honestly not. It's funny because when everybody wanted to, and many of you wanted to do this, when you wanted to bury Daniel Jones, I really thought there was something there. You know, there was a few qualities that I liked that jumped out, even though there wasn't a whole lot around him. He was fast, he was big, he was tough, he was willing to put his pads down, he's smart, he went to Duke, obviously. I mean, he has most of the, if not all, of the gifts that any quarterback can get at the quarterback factory. Like, there's not, like you mentioned Kirk Cousins, right?
Right.
I look at Kirk, it's clear he's a slightly below average athlete. I look at Zach Wilson. I'm just looking at the guys in town here. Zach Wilson just lacks accuracy for now. Almost every quarterback has one discernible weakness. I don't see one with Daniel Jones. That is an obvious compliment.
And how about the intangibles as well that you need as a quarterback? A leader. You know, size in the pocket is a big thing. Like,
yeah,
you look at the other ones and say, you know,
instincts.
He's got all of the look, early on in his career, turnover machine, understood.
Yeah.
But you figure, okay, well, he's a rookie. He's going to learn. He's going to grow. He's going to get better. But he's always had the size. He's always had the athleticism, the arm strength, the leadership. He's, you know, no moment is too big for him. He's kind of even keel. He's got all the tools. And then last year it was applied with the head coach who knows what the hell he's doing. Why wouldn't I think that he's going to take another step forward this year with the weapons around him to be more productive statistically at the very least through the air?
Yeah, I mean, listen, this is why you got to do a little research here, and numbers are what they are, and I was trying to find it, and I finally did. One of the calls brought up the drops, and I understand it's plagued the Giants here. You know, last year, now Tom Brady threw the ball in an inordinate amount of time, so the percentage obviously matters. I get that. And it would skew, more favorably for Daniel Jones. But the Buccaneers dropped 29 passes. The Jaguars dropped 29 passes, playoff team. The Bills dropped 27, playoff team.
All year long, that's it?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. The Packers dropped 27 passes. If they would have beaten that, they were right there. Lions smoked them at that final game, but they were right there. Dolphins dropped 20, and the Giants dropped 20. And by the way, teams behind the Giants who had 27,
right.
Kansas City 26, playoff team. So I mean,
right, but then if I ask you how many times did the Giants throw the football?
Yeah,
in comparison
that's why that
to the
matters.
Others?
That's why I say drop
That's
percent.
a huge
I get that. But maybe
you can't drop it if you're handing it off or tucking it and running with it.
Understood, but is it a case of maybe not the most catchable ball? I don't know. I don't even want to go in those weeds. All I'm saying is now you got the money. Now you've got the trust of the staff. Now you've proven to stay healthy. Now you've proven that you know how to protect the football. Now you go out there and you throw, don't tell me 22 touchdowns. What is this, Chad Pennington? I mean, yeah, come on. Go out there and throw 28 touchdowns, run a little less, but still run for 6, 7, 5, 600 yards. Be a star. You got the contract. Go do it. And I think that I know that he could. I hope that he will, but I can't sit here and say today absolutely he will to the point that the Giants will be excellent this year. I don't know. He's had one good season. That's it. That's it. I mean, he's a one good season.
You're a Daniel Jones doubter. I'm a believer.
Well, doubter's a little strong.
Well, is he going to do it this year or not?
I don't know. But put it this way. I know Rodgers is going to play well. I know Trevor Lawrence is going to play well. I know Mahomes is going to sling it. And I know Josh Allen's going to be a beast. I know that 8, 9, 10, 12 guys are going to be absolute stars. I don't know that Daniel Jones is going to be a star.
Let's make a quick bet because I was thinking about this. Although I'm going to throw this in there for other stuff. I thought of a good payoff for a bet.
Oh.
Right, on the heels of the Yankee stuff, and I know we'll get into that later.
Oh, God, that
was
he
sweet.
just looks like a slob out there. He drives me insane.
That was sweet. But is there a number of touchdowns that you think Daniel Jones won't hit? Maybe we'll get into that.
You know what? We will get into that.
Yeah.
I have a little benchmark area for you.
And
I do.
We'll prove that I'm a believer and you're a doubter of Daniel Jones and what he could accomplish this year. And then maybe we'll put something on the line.
I'm down. 877-337-6666. All right, Giants. So the absolute expectation for, I know what you hope, I know what you want, I know what you think. What do you expect from Jones this year? Jones plays well. Giants have the chance to do real damage. He's a little pedestrian. Flip a coin. 8 wins, maybe. 9 wins. He got to be the man. BT and Sal on the Fan.